All right, y'all, here we go. Before I begin, as you can see, I have a lot of gear on. It actually is snowing outside. And that's crazy because here in Houston, Texas, that is just not a normal thing. So I had to enjoy a moment of wearing some layers. And we're going to talk because it feels like I'm in a different city. And as a Sagittarius moon, but I'm talking about all things Sagittarius, sun, moon, rising, Venus, Mars, it will resonate somewhere, somehow, if you have any of these placements. But looking outside and seeing snow, I literally feel like I'm in a different city, a different place, and it just pleases my Sagittarian heart because I love traveling, I love a new experience, and that's what we're going to get into here. So if you have any Sagittarius anywhere in your birth chart, if you are a Sagittarius sun, of course, you know everything is not tied to your sun sign, but if you have some of these behaviors, you probably have Sagittarius somewhere in your chart or placements in the ninth house of your birth chart. So I will start with, of course, if you were born between November 22nd till about December 21st, then you would fall under a Sagittarius sun energy. So, of course, the sun is the soul. The sun is who you are at the end of the day. And, you know, Sagittarius is a fire sign. Okay. A lot of times, people who have like slower energy or like earth or water, they could look at people who have Sagittarius placements or Sag energy as like people who just do things too fast without thinking things through, which for the most part, that is kind of something that they do because it is a mutable sign. Mutable signs tend to adapt and adjust to like any type of situation. And so, you know, fixed energy or people who just like to plan things, Sag energy can kind of bother them because Sagittarius can be very spontaneous, very like, hey, tomorrow we're all going to Africa. Do you want to go? Sagittarius energy would probably be like, yes, okay. Sag is highly optimistic. It is ruled by the planet Jupiter, so the planet of expansion, good luck, good fortune. And a lot of times, Sagittarius can seem like they have good luck because their optimism really makes them believe like it's going to be good, it's going to be all right, it's going to be fine, even whenever they do not have a plan, okay? So that is something that I've learned about myself too, having a lot of Sag energy, where you know, my friends are like, what's the plan? And I'm like, there is no plan. Like, we're just going with the wind. And it always turns out great because my intuition says it is going to be fine. Okay. So if you are somebody who, like I said, is very spontaneous, very adaptable, again, that comes from that mutable energy through Sagittarius, or if you just do things quickly or fast or whatever, that comes from that fire energy as well. Okay, and as y'all know, I always, you know, kind of remind everyone that every zodiac sign is tied to a different body part. So if you are somebody who has to deal with issues that have to do with the hips, the thighs, or even the liver, that lower extremity, or if you just have a really great set of legs, very strong, then of course that comes from that Sagittarius energy. Off the top of my head, I do know like Miley Cyrus is a Sagittarius sun. Taylor Swift is a Sagittarius sun. So if you look at their legs, they're very long and lean. A lot of times Sag can have like a high waist, you know, so their legs are super, super long and their belly button is even higher. So that can be seen through Sagittarius energy. And I don't really know too many off the top of my head, but those are kind of like very prominent features with that Sag energy too. Like I said, because it is so spontaneous, Sagittarius also needs to explore. Like it's always, you know, wanting to try something new, go here, go there, new restaurant, new city, new something. Okay. So if you are somebody who's more of a homebody, and you are encountering somebody with Sag energy, like it might not work because they need to explore, they need to be free. You know, that's kind of something that, you know, that has to be understood, especially if people have it in like their Mars or their Venus. They would want a partner who is open to exploring, open to traveling, opening to trying something new. They don't have to be a Sagittarius, but embody that energy. And also Sagittarius is the natural teacher of the zodiac, you know? So people who are more philosophical, who learn more in depth, not so much surface level, but it can come across as preachy to people because it likes to learn so much. It's all about, you know, belief systems and morals and values. And, you know, once you believe in something, they could be very fanatical about it to where like everyone must believe in this and everyone must love it and everyone must want to learn it like I want to learn it or how I like to learn it. That can also be something too with them. But Sagittarius, because like, you know, I mentioned before, traveling, it is also associated with like associated with, foreign land, foreign culture, people who could possibly speak multiple languages as well can come through Sagittarius type of energy. So people who like to, make friends with people from all walks of life, even in romantic relationships, that is something that I've noticed too. People who have Sag energy are open to all kind of religions, all kind of ethnicities. That is something that is seen with them too, because it is fire energy as well. It can come across as very blunt, very reckless, very also like what do people call it, like commitment phobic. I do know that as somebody who has Sag energy, I do not like, and this is not in a relationship, but this is more of like because it's always on the go. I don't like to stay in one spot for a long time. So that's why like owning a home is not something that I've truly ever desired, like ever. And I'm always constantly moving, constantly like exploring or moving around the city. So that is something too that is seen with them too. And they can be, like I said, the optimism can sometimes be like kind of out of hand sometimes with Sagittarius because it does rely on faith or it can rely on luck in a lot of situations. So it's not going to really plan, too many things through. So that's just kind of something that they need to be made aware of if you have this placement too. Because it can seem, are known to be people who like constantly run away or, just escaping too. But again, it's mutable energy. It's the same thing with Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, all that mutable energy. It's just ready to adapt and adjust to any kind of situation. And like I said, fire is more impulsive. And again, because it is a fire energy, it can be a little intense for people too. I do know like some people that oh my gosh, it's so annoying. Every time I try to record something, like it doesn't matter. My phone will never go off until I turn on the record button. Frustrating. But anyways, I'm gonna keep that in there. And so, people who I study from, I look at everyone's birthday and birth charts, and that one of the guys that have learned from or studied from, his name is Bobby Hemmett, and I believe he is a Sagittarius sun. But the way that he talks and the way that he preaches is very intense, like in your face, So that's just kind of something to be made aware of with them. Overall, I love having these placements because it does and it has allowed me to explore the world, and I love trying new things. I love being able to recommend things to people. So if you have Sagittarius anywhere in your chart, if you're somebody who is open, like I said, to foreign things, traveling, being adaptable and adjustable to all kind of situations, and sometimes too, fire energy is intense. Don't Sagittarius can be known to be a little crazy sometimes, but it's gonna think it through. Unlike Aries, Aries is, it's not gonna think it through because it's a very impulsive. It's the first sign. But Sagittarius is the wisest of all fire signs. It is the last fire sign, so they can, like I said, be more philosophical in nature, like an actual philosopher, a teacher, a college professor, that higher education is all associated with Sagittarius. So if you have that anywhere in your chart, go ahead and comment below. But if you would like a full in-depth interpretation of your actual birth chart, of course, that is what I do, incorporating that into, how I talk to my clients. And it's more of like a therapy, because people are constantly judged by their behaviors, and astrology will help you understand everything. You are more than just your sun sign, you are more than just one placement in your birth chart. So you can go ahead and go to my website. I have a lot of different services on there. I could have way more, but I didn't want to overwhelm people with options. But I thank you all so much for supporting and commenting and liking and sharing and all of that. This is a journey, like I said, with content creation, but I'm never going to stop because I love to teach. So thank you all so much, and I will talk to you all soon.